Walking.
I walked.
The importance of walking.
Walking more than 8,000 steps per day was very significantly protective.
Walking. Apparently, you just get your ass off the couch and move your legs in a forward-like motion, propelling yourself into the space in front of your lifeless body.
By now, we all know walking is great for us. But did you know that Islam has encouraged this activity for more than 1,400 years? In this video, inshallah, I'll show you the ahadith where the Prophet ﷺ guides us to walk every day, long before scientists and influencers told us it was good for us. And there's a secret ingredient which will take your walking to the next level. Watch till the end of the video and I'll tell you more about this. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Samir and I'm the founder of Tutor, the largest online Quran learning platform in the world. Over the past 3 years, I have tried to incorporate more of the Sunnah into my life, and this includes walking daily, fasting regularly, and trying to wake up for tahajjud. The positive changes because of incorporating the Sunnah have been incredible. On this channel, inshallah, I will share some of what I have learned so that we can benefit by incorporating the Sunnah into our lives. We've all heard the terms level up, living the best life, but let's be real. Islam has had a blueprint for living the best life for more than 1400 years. Instead of implementing the hadith into our daily lives, how many of us chase trends like going into monk mode and following influencers and buying courses, which frankly to me seem like nothing more than cash grabs? Because it's very seldom that these influencers have the life experience to be able to teach us how to improve our lives. But Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was the best of mankind, an example sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to teach us how to level up and how to live a better life. And frankly, I don't like these terms because they could be a social fad and they're here today but gone tomorrow. But the ahadiths are timeless. They were sent for mankind to learn from for all time. The life of the Prophet ﷺ is an amazing example of how to combine faith, leadership, compassion and wisdom. So really, why do we need to look further than the life of the Prophet ﷺ? I've managed to lose weight twice in my life before, in my 20s and 30s. But the reason for doing this wasn't really linked to Islam. It was because I wanted to feel better. But the results were short-lived. I ended up putting most of the weight back on within a year or two. It wasn't until I turned to the Sunnah that I've managed to keep the weight off long-term. Incorporating walking into a daily routine and fasting regularly has brought immense benefits. It's meant that I've lost over 45 pounds, that's more than 20 kilos, and I've kept this weight off for over 3 years. Interestingly, the recommendation to walk to the mosque 5 times daily is pretty much aligned exactly with what modern science recommends. Let's just do some quick math. If your mosque is on average about half a mile away, that's a 1 mile round trip. Doing that 5 times a day is 5 miles roughly daily, which is pretty much exactly 8,000 steps. Isn't it amazing how the Prophet ﷺ guided us to do a daily activity which pretty much agrees exactly with what modern science tells us we should do to remain healthy? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a unique walking style. The companions tell us that he used to lean slightly forward as he walked. His companions also described it as though he was walking downhill. Modern science is beginning to understand the wisdom behind this. Studies suggest that walking this way improves your posture, engages your core, improves your stride length, and just makes your walking far more efficient. I'll leave a fantastic research paper which I found, which talks about this, written by Dr. Mustafa Ahmad Zaki. You can find a link to that in the description below. Of course, the best thing to do is to follow Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's advice and walk to the Masjid 5 times a day. And this will make sure that you walk for about a little bit over an hour a day and get your 8,000 steps in. Ahadith tell us that there is immense reward for walking to the Masjid. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ once guided the people of Banu Salama who were thinking of moving their houses closer to the Masjid not to do so, because walking further would bring them greater reward. Subhanallah, the wisdom and practical guidance in Islam is mind-blowing to me. What can we do if we live in a country or a city where walking to the masjid is not practical? So in my case, I've tied my walking routine to 2 salah times. Between tahajjud and fajr, there is about an hour. and I use that time to walk before Fajr. And then generally, I will also try and get in 45 minutes either just before Isha or after Isha. The great benefit of anchoring your walking routine with Salah times is that it doesn't feel like such a chore. It becomes a matter of routine because as you go for Salah, your walking just comes naturally, especially if it's tied to two times like Fajr and Isha, where there are very little distractions around you. Walking really is the ultimate accessible exercise. You don't need any gym memberships. You don't even need any special equipment. Just lace up your shoes, find a place where you can walk, and that's it. You can go for a walk anytime you like. The question to walk alone or with a friend is a personal one. If you have a friend who has similar physical capability and a similar schedule, then of course you can make it a social activity. But I personally find walking alone to be an incredibly peaceful experience. I use that time to do dhikr. I do dua to Allah Ta'ala and ask Him for everything I need. And I can tell you from personal experience that walking alone when you speak to Allah does not feel like you are alone. So the secret sauce which will take your walking to the next level all comes down to your intention. Walking solely for aesthetic or worldly gains will bring you rewards, but oftentimes these are short-lived. As long as your motivation remains strong and you are able to continue with the activity, you will see the gains. But if life throws some challenges or your motivation goes down, you'll see those gains disappear very quickly. But when walking becomes a form of worship, that is when things truly go to the next level, where your motivation is now tied to pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When every step you take brings you closer to Allah, then walking becomes a form of worship. It strengthens your connection with Allah and it strengthens your body. So this is the key. The intention behind walking is what will truly elevate it. It's important to manage expectations when embarking on this journey. Remember, every individual's body reacts differently. Focusing too much on the changes that you see in the mirror can sometimes be counterproductive. If you see rapid results, you might become complacent. Whereas on the other hand, if results are slow to come, you might get demotivated. By transforming walking into a form of worship, you shift the focus from external validation to internal satisfaction. Just do your part and show up every day and leave the rest to Allah. And believe me, you will see the gains and you will see an inner peace. So the real question is, will you wait for science to catch up before implementing the Sunnah? Or will you implement the Sunnah and get ahead of everyone else? Also remember, before starting any new exercise, you may want to consult your doctor. Everyone's fitness level is different, so start slowly and gradually increase the distance and pace. And remember, take rest days when you need it. Your body will tell you what it needs. Your experiences can inspire, so share them in the comments below. Jazakallah khair. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Do share your experiences in the comments and like, share and subscribe inshallah. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.